Hello everyone, my name is Joseph Berry and we'll be learning about the annual portable fire extinguisher training. Fire extinguisher standards can be found in the Code of Federal Regulations. The general standard citation can be found under Title 29 CFR 1910.157. Portable fire extinguisher standards are regulated by OSHA. This citation for employers is under 29 CFR 1910.157G. Training and education, where the employer has provided portable fire extinguishers for employee use in the workplace. The employer shall also provide an educational program to familiarize employees with the general principles of fire extinguisher use and the hazards involved with incipient stage firefighting. The training objectives of this course will be to identify what situations would call for the use of a fire extinguisher, to identify which class of extinguisher is required for different fires, to be able to identify fire extinguishers in the workplace and their class, how to correctly utilize a portable fire extinguisher, and to understand the procedures for safety use. When to use a fire extinguisher. You should use a fire extinguisher only when it's at the beginning stage of the fire or a small fire. If you're having trouble, you may ask for assistance, ask for help if you are not comfortable. If opposed with a fire that is too large for a fire extinguisher, then alert others. Fire extinguishers are broken down into 5 different classes. These classes consist of Class A, B, C, D, and K. These classes can put out different fires. So when using the wrong extinguisher for a fire, it can result into further destruction. Be sure to check the fire extinguisher label to identify what types of fires it is rated for before use. Class A fire extinguishers are used on general combustible material, which is the type of material that would leave behind ash. This would consist of wood, paper, cardboard, dry vegetation, and some plastics. Typically, the extinguisher is water-based, so you do not want to use it on an electrical fire. Next class is Class B. Class B is used to put out fires caused by gasoline, oil, and solvents, combustibles, so it's similar to the others. You would want to use this in a very well-vented area and do not get too close. Beware of the fire extinguisher hose temperature, for gasoline burns at a very high temperature. Class C fire extinguishers are used for fires that are caused by electricity. Also, they are used on or near electrical energized equipment. For example, the picture in the corner shows a pump, and the pump is ran by electricity, and that is what caused the fire. So in this situation, you would want to use a Class C fire extinguisher. A label you might find on an extinguisher is on the top right corner. If you see that on an extinguisher, that is usually a Class C fire extinguisher. Class D fire extinguishers are used for fires that contain combustible metals that can burn. For example, this consists of sodium, magnesium, potassium, and many other more combustible metals. The picture on the right is an example of what you might see on an extinguisher to identify it as a Class D extinguisher. Class K fire extinguishers are the newest class of fire extinguisher. They are used mainly for kitchen fires and specifically for deep fryers. This is what you would have in your house and a guest house, wherever you would have people in a living area. This is usually the fire extinguisher you would have. After considering all the different classes of fire extinguishers, some extinguishers are multi-class fire extinguishers. This means that they can either be single or multi-class fire extinguishers. Most extinguishers have a multi-class combination rating such as A plus C, A plus B, A plus B plus C. Class A plus B plus C fire extinguishers are usually found in the workplace, since it would need to be able to be used for all different types of possible fires that could happen. You should definitely become familiar with the location of the extinguisher in the workplace and its rating for what it can do. The preferred procedure or method to use for fire extinguisher usage is the PASS method. This stands for pull, aim, squeeze, sweep. When you pull the retainer pin on the extinguisher firmly to remove it. Then you aim the hose at the base of the fire. Once you have done that, you squeeze the handle of the extinguisher to release extinguishing materials. Once that is done, you will sweep the hose and spray it from side to side. The picture on the right gives an example on how it should look. When you pull the pin, you aim it, then sweep it side to side. Squeeze. Do's and don'ts of using fire extinguishers. You would always want to be aware of your surroundings. Don't allow yourself to be blocked off from an exit pathway. Watch for flare-ups. Beware of slippery floors. Mind unstable structures or falling debris. Always turn in used fire extinguishers. It is very important to do fire extinguisher correctly because many things can go wrong. If you are too worried about the fire, you will not realize the fallen debris or the slippery floor or the weakened floor that you're walking on is burning from the bottom. It is very important to make sure that you are extremely cautious when using a fire extinguisher for your own safety and the safety of others around you. For review, you should know when to use a fire extinguisher and be most effective, to be able to identify classes of fire extinguishers, to be able to perform the PASS method, and adhere to the do's and don'ts of using a fire extinguisher. The picture on the right is one of the more important things to remember about fire extinguishers, which is the class and what they can do. Remember, class A extinguishers can put out common combustibles, wood, paper, cloth. Class B is made for flammable liquids and gases such as gasoline, propane, and solvents. Class C is for live electrical equipment, which can be anything between computers, fax machines, pumps, other things such as that. Class D, combustible metals. This is magnesium, lithium, titanium. Class K is cooking media, which is cooking oils and fats. That is one of the most important things to remember are the classes of extinguishers and what they can do, and to be aware of looking at it and being able to identify which type of extinguisher it is. Thank you all for taking the training course, and I will see you next time. Thank you.